Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today. I'm Lisa Kaye with Promise Resource Network. Um, what a beautiful Wednesday, hump day. It's 6:30 Wednesday morning. Going to give folks a few seconds or so to those that like to come on live. Um, Good morning to you. Let me know you're out there and how you're feeling this morning. We're halfway through our work week, as they call hump day, Wednesday. I don't know about you, but Wednesday is a day that people tend to look forward to. They call it the hump day, and it's supposed to make us feel like we're closer to our end of the work week and weekend. And so I don't know how you feel about hump day, but sometimes it can be a really, really hard day, right? It really can. Because maybe you're tired or whatever. But today, just for today, we're going to try to start our day out with a little bit different attitude. And today's talking about you can choose. You can really choose. And we'll go in more depth into that in just a minute. But just want to welcome everybody that's chiming on. Let me know you're out there. Um, just for today is an offering, an early morning offering for those early morning birds um, in recovery, still working on their recovery and still going deeper in their recovery. It is a challenge, and you guys are rock stars. Um, but we also know that not everybody gets up that early, and some people like to come back and start their day with this later on, which is cool too. But I do appreciate you guys that come on early with me. It makes me feel really loved, and that's real important, real important, especially this early in the morning when it's just me and the birds. So I live in South Carolina. I love the country life, so to speak, because that's where I'm from. So I love the fact that we're outside, and it was a little bit darker this morning when I came out to set up. So I think everything's changing a little bit. So we're gonna keep rolling with it. I don't care how dark it is. I'll just get me some lighting out here, better lighting. But anyway, I love being outside, and we're going to stay outside each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as long as we can um, and enjoy it, right? It is a beautiful day. This is just for today, and this is an offering that we started some years ago. It's a slogan in the recovery rooms, AANA Al Anon. I am that person in recovery from the family side of addiction. That's part of my story, and that's where I began a long um, journey in recovery, and I still am in that disease of addiction, that family side, strong, and but my family's resilient. I know I'm resilient. I'm claiming that today on a Wednesday, the 11th of August. And this is a slogan that was really helpful to me early on into my recovery, and I've held on to it. What it simply means is that we can listen with our hearts and our ears, and we can see with our eyes and see with your heart. Consider something that's been put out there in the universe, whether it's from me or someone else today, that you can find value in something that you're experiencing, and you may can't stand the thought of doing it for a lifetime, but maybe just today you can consider it and see how it works for you, and maybe you can add it to so much of our recovery toolbox that we talk about a lot at PRN, adding things to that. So hopefully you'll find something um, in today's offering that you can. If not, we have plenty of great things coming on board today, live at PRN as well as virtual from PRNs. So check us out. So let's see who's chiming in this morning before we dig in about you can choose today. Um, and you can choose really the you can choose anything you want to today because it's your life, right? But the main meat of today, or the heart of today, is choosing not to hide from yourself. And we're going to dive in that because boy, this spoke to me last night and this morning, and hopefully it'll speak to you, and you can get some nuggets out of it to inspire your day, because this is the only day we got, right? And it is a beautiful day, but it's already sticky, And so be prepared today if you're going out. I get the wonderful privilege of staying here today and working from home. And that's always a treat, but not every day. So, guys, if you're heading out, dress appropriately because it is going to get hot and sticky. So, let's see who's out there. We got Aaron Wells saying good morning in his way, yo yo. We have Miss Kim, a real early offering. Yes, it is, Aaron. You're the one that put me up to it. No, I'm just kidding. Kim Porter's in the house saying, good morning, Miss Lisa. Glad to see you, Kim. There's Miss Karen, one of my faves, saying good morning. Ben Harris is on with us. Good morning, Ben. Um, yeah, Karen says, you must have a long commute to Charlotte. I do. It's about 54 miles one way. It's just the thing, right? It's just I just choose to spend my money and my time differently. For real. So yeah, it is. It's a commute, but there's a lot of things that it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. So yeah, it's I don't mind driving. I got the truck for it, got the great radio, got a lot of great friends that I talk to. It's kind of my time to be on the road. But sometimes it is aggravating when I've got to rush to make a meeting or whatever. But yeah, it is a commute, but it's a trade-off. And we learn to roll with it in recovery, don't we? We figure out what's important to us and our priorities, and we make adjustments. Yep, so it is. It's a long commute. Hey, Miss Courtney, love to see you anytime, Miss Lady. Oh, thank you, Karen. I don't have to rush in this morning, but most days I am rushing in, and I appreciate that. So, guys, good morning. Thank you for hopping on with me this morning. So we're going to talk a little bit about you choose and to quit hiding from yourself. Um, when we get in recovery, no matter what your path of recovery is, it could be 12-step program. It may be another creative type technique or program that you found. We at PRM, we don't really care how you found recovery. We just celebrate that you found it, right? And that you're working it. It's truly a blessing that those of us in recovery celebrate, and we remind each other every day what a gift that recovery is, and how grateful we are that we chose it instead of living in bondage and giving up everything that means so much to us because of a substance, because we um, were in our mental health, not kind of knowing where to turn and not knowing who to trust and trying to do it on our own, that somewhere along the line we decided we wanted something different. We really wanted life. And so much of the things that we suffer from when we're not in recovery, to me, is pure hell. And there's nothing good that comes of it. And it destroys families, literally. And and I'm one of those survivors that I'm going to fight all the way. I'm hanging on by a thread. Um, it's just about taking my entire family under, but it's not going to take me under. Even if I have to stay on, I will, because this is the only life I have. And guys, we got to go fight every day for what we know our gifts and talents are. And if they can't get in that pine box for me, they can't live for me, right? So no matter if it's a loved one, someone you're really close with, you got to choose you. You got to choose you every daggum time, because they're not choosing you. You got to choose you, because you matter. You really do. And there's more to life than just sitting around being miserable, right? It really is. So today we're going to talk about choice. Quit hiding from yourself, being completely honest with yourself. Um, yeah, we want to be honest with other people, but you got to start with you, baby. You really, really do. And this really spoke volumes to me this morning. So I'm going to read a few little things out of my recovery material. And guys, I don't really show you that anymore because Facebook blocked at least one of my early morning. They said I was advertising. So I don't like tell you what book I'm in. But you can call PRN and I'll tell you everything. I just don't want them to block any more of my offerings saying I'm advertising, because I'm not. Yeah, I might be advertising recovery, but I think they thought I was advertising the books, like I was going to get a kickback. Nah, we don't do that. But anyway, so I'll just refer to them as recovery offerings. So Facebook got all over me. So I am just going to be a good girl and not tell you unless you call me. All right. Or call Miss Kim. She'll tell you what I'm using. All right. So we have so a couple of things I want to read to you this morning. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know you're out there. so when students, and maybe you're a person yourself that learned how to play an instrument or a piano or any of those things. I played the clarinet in high school. Well, I was pretty good at it. I still wish I'd have kept up with it after all these years, but I didn't. In fact, this weekend, my high school class is celebrating our 40th high school reunion, or graduating from high school. And so a lot of us were in the band. That was a big deal, cheerleading, sports, and all those kind of things. So I'm looking forward this weekend to seeing my schoolmates. Some of them I haven't seen in 40 years, literally since I graduated. But anyway, back on topic here. Um, when we learn how to play instruments like the piano, we're taught to use only one hand, right? Those of you who play piano, I tried to learn and, for a little while, and I remember that you use one hand and include very few keys, right? Then we move on to using two hands, eventually learning to play all the keys, the high ones as well as the low. In fact, part of the pleasure of playing lies in hearing the rumble of the lowest bass notes and the high chiming of the high treble. Even if you don't play the piano, most of us have played around on it. And the first thing we love to do is go to those low notes and to go to those really high notes. I don't know why, but we do. And we don't know a thing about music, but we know that does something for us. So today in our recovery, no matter where you are in your walk in recovery, we are learning to play a new instrument, yourself. I don't care how long you've been in recovery, doesn't matter. Each and every day is your 24-hour new bank account that starts out fresh and new. And each day we're discovering about ourselves, right? I am a person with a capability to experience a wide range of emotions. That is so true for me, like in a 30-minute period, for real. From love to joy to wonder. I am profoundly grateful for laughter and light spirits, and also for anger and fear. Did you hear that? It's okay to rejoice with anger and fear. There's an appropriate, it's our feelings. We can't help it. It is a part of who we are. We have to rejoice those emotions as well. Okay? Good morning to you too, Mr. Crow. Because all of these feelings are part of what makes me whole. I believe that my higher power wants me to be fully alive and fully aware of my feelings. I am learning to play richer sounds than I ever thought possible. Today, I will appreciate the full range of feelings. So here it is, Wednesday, hump day. I don't know what you're feeling this morning. You may be half asleep. You may be like really ill that you got to get up and start your day. Or maybe you're leaping around your house because you've had too much coffee. I don't know what you're feeling this morning, but I know that you can have a full range of feelings and feel them in the way that they should be felt. We want to experience life in the full. We know that there's, just like the piano, there's those low rumbling sounds and those low keys. And I don't know if you've ever played that piano like that and you play around with those low keys, you can feel it in your chest, right? And that kind of represents the rumblings, some of the things that we're going through that can be very deep and low. And then we can go all the way up to those high notes that are really funny. To me, when I was little, hitting those really high notes made me laugh. And trying to play different things and they don't go together, right? And made us laugh. And to me, that's the way life is. We don't have to match with each other. We can put our hands down here on any keys in your right hand on any keys, and it can make the most sound, like it's not like harmonizing, but it's still beautiful. It's music. We don't always have to harmonize, but what we do need to get in tune with is us. Here we are just for today on this beautiful Wednesday of our week with a fresh 24-hour to play with or close, going on when you go to bed, right? A fresh bank account, a fresh leash on today. It is okay not to harmonize, but when it comes to you, those clashes that we have. So I live in logging land, so you're going to hear lots. You're going to see there's a logging truck. They are loud, but they're necessary. They go to the paper mills with the logs. That's why you're writing in your journals. That's paper that went to the paper mill. Trees, all kind of things made with trees, right? So that's a big industry where I live. So you'll just have to pardon the logging trucks, but they are necessary, right? We need to get um, to appreciate that too. But they are so loud in the mornings. Um, anyway, harmony with yourself, right? Even when we don't have harmony with ourselves, we can accept that. But we also can put out in the universe that we don't have to harmonize with each other all the time. We might be off key a little bit, but we're hanging in there, and our goal is to reach harmony. As long as you're playing, guys, you're in the game, you're in the music, you're in the festival. And you may not be harmonizing with anybody right now. Your keys may be, I don't know where your range of keys are, but they might not be quite, with every where you want to be. And those sounds that make you, oh, it's a little off key. And that's our indicator. But we're still playing. We're still trying to make music. Okay. All right, let's keep moving. Um, so here's your daily reminder from this particular recovery reading. I have sometimes been wildly, desperately, and acutely miserable. But through it all, I still know quite certainly there just to that just to be alive is a great thing. So just to be on the keyboard is a great thing. Just to be banging out some music, whether you're harmonizing or not, you're still in the symphony. You're still in the game. It may not be one of those harmony days, but you're still in the music festival. You're still on the keyboard or whatever instrument you feel like you are today. You're still in it. All right. So let's keep going. One little bit more, and then I want to see what you guys got to say. We're going to wrap it up. This is not meant to be a 3-hour long thing or even an hour long thing. It's meant to hit it and get it. Right? I like that. Hit it on a Wednesday and get it. Like, get out there and experience your symphony. We don't need to talk too much about it, right? Start your day out with something inspirational and thought-provoking, even if it's just for today. I will dare to be myself. I may be tempted to paste a smile on my face, even though I am angry, in order to please another person. When turning down an invitation, I may want to make excuses so that nobody will be hurt. I may be inclined to cancel plans that I care about without protest because a loved one prefers to stay home and I don't want to make waves. These may be perfectly acceptable choices, and I may opt for any or all of them, but today I will be honest with myself as I do so. I will not pretend to feel what I do not feel or to want what I do not want. Let me read that one more time. So just for today, can we consider not not pretending to feel what you do not feel, and not to pretend that you want something when you don't want it? Can we think about that this morning? Are you someone that is faking it? You hear that fake it till you make it. Um, that may be good in certain situations, right? But on a day to day, is that your mantra of your life, in your home, at your work? in your community? I hope not, because that what happens is we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves and our identity, and people don't know who we are. We don't even really know who we are, right? So just for today, all right, we're going to choose not to hide from ourselves. All right, a little bit more. But today I will be honest with myself as I do so. I will not pretend to feel what I do not feel, and what I want when I do not want it. So in my recovery work, it tells me and reminds me how, it doesn't tell me how to behave, right? It doesn't legislate right or wrong choices. It's up to me to decide. But my recovery does encourage me to look searchingly and fearlessly at myself, my feelings, my motives, and actions. I can only learn to love myself if I am willing to learn who I am. So just for today, I have a right to want what I want and to feel the way I feel. I may not choose to act on these feelings or desires, but I won't hide them from myself. They are a part of me. This above all, to thine own self be true. The great William Shakespeare. This above all, to thine own self be true. So what about you today? How are you feeling about that? How are you feeling about that? Um, it's hard sometimes to put ourselves first. Um, we play games. We pretend. And you can grow up pretending. If you grew up in or are currently living as a person walking in addiction, or a family member in addiction, um, or you're struggling with mental health, or have struggled, or loving or walking beside someone that is, that will tend to cause us to put ourselves on the back burner and not live the way we want to, because of all kind of different things. But this morning, I'm going to challenge you to live fully and be fully aware of your feelings, and don't lie to yourself. Be honest about where you are on that keyboard, where you are in your own music and symphony this morning, and be okay with it. So today, I challenge you to recognize where you are. Um, don't hide from you anymore. Try that today. If you want to go somewhere today and someone else doesn't, you go on and go. They'll be all right. If you want to talk to somebody on the phone today, but you know that you don't have privacy at your house, or maybe someone that doesn't feel like you should be talking to that person, you're grown. You make that decision. Quit hiding from yourself. Be honest, right? Don't make excuses today for anybody else, right? You be to your own self, be true. Figure out where you are in your own symphony, or in your own rock band, whatever you're into, right? Figure out where you are. And wherever you're landing, you don't have to harmonize with everybody else, guys. When you do, it's beautiful. When we at PRN come together as a team, like we did last weekend, last Friday and Saturday, and so many other times, we harmonized and it was beautiful. But there are times in recovery, and as people that walk not inside a box, I don't know about you, but I'm not hardly ever in that box. But when we do that, we have some non harmony going on, and it kind of makes people feel a little bit uncomfortable, and sometimes it makes us feel uncomfortable. Still music is still your music, and it's okay not to fit in sometimes. It's okay to go against the grain sometimes. To thine own self be true. So I challenge you today, just for today, to consider, how are you true to yourself? Are you hiding from yourself? Are you living fully? Are you choosing today? You can have thoughts and desires, like our recovery material said. Sometimes we don't act on them, but it is okay to recognize your own heart, your own desires, and you can choose how you deal with those. You can choose if you harmonize, or if you kind of come off beat a little bit. But always remember, this is your life, This is a beautiful life. And whether you're in full harmony with someone or something, or offbeat a little bit, you're still in there. It's still beautiful, and you're still beautiful. But what we're trying to do is get in complete harmony with ourselves, right? To really live out what your heart desires are, whatever those things are, right? And not living all the time for other people, not going and doing things because somebody else doesn't want to. You are grown. You're in somewhere in your recovery. You can make good choices. You made a good choice to do something different. And that's why you're here today, living the life that you want. We're always growing and trying to get there, right? To get to another level in our recovery or achieve some things. We're never going to just completely arrive. Some beautiful person that I know said just the other day, when we think we have arrived, we've really lost it. We think we've achieved it, we've lost it. And that's how it works in recovery. When you think you know it all and you're in complete harmony with the world and with yourself, it's a big old lie. It's not possible. You got to always stay humble, always keep growing and trying to fine tune your harmony inside yourself. And be okay if your harmony isn't quite in tune with everybody else. You know what makes you happy. So today, go get it. You deserve to. You deserve to. You may not act on it, but start accepting your heart. Start accepting your desires and how you want to live your life out in recovery, and figure out who's on board with you, who's not, who should be in your circle, who should not, who you're going to love from a distance, and who you're going to bring closer to you, right? This is the only little life you got, right? And you're beautiful and you deserve it. So I want to see what you guys are saying this morning. I want to shout out to you. Aaron says, harmony with Aaron is my daily goal, right? Aaron and I work together at Promise Resource Network. And sometimes our harmony together, working out, banging out, chopping up, as he says, landing the plane, putting the yacht on the dock, whatever we're doing, sometimes we're not in complete harmony. We, had some moments yesterday, but we're still on the piano keyboard together. You know, we don't always bang out the most beautiful music together because we have our own visions and our own things, but our goal is to harmonize for the betterment and the beauty of recovery within Promise Resource Network, right? And so that makes a great team, right? And then we bring on our team members like Miss Kim Porter, um, and Miss Karen, and so many more that chime on here that you've seen their names. They add to that, and we bring them on board with us, and then we're all one big team banging out this beautiful music. But every now and again, somebody's got to step outside that harmony, and it's okay because you're still on the team. You're still banging it out. We're striving for harmony, but we know we don't always get it, and we still have to embrace that. Okay. Um, Life is a song or singing. It absolutely is. So I don't know what song you're singing this morning or where you are in the keyboard, but you matter. What you're banging out, whether it's the low rumblings down here on the keyboard or way up here high or somewhere in the middle, maybe you're not always harmonizing. You're still in the music, in the game of life, the harmony of life, the symphony of life, the rock band of life, whatever it is, um, and be okay with that. There's music out there right now that I don't know how it's like it's not what I call music, but it still is music. It may not be the type of music I like, but it's okay. And Courtney says, I'm hip hop for life. Absolutely. So when you get a hip hop for life like Miss Courtney, and then you get somebody over here that's, you know, playing the violin or maybe doing some opera over here, we don't all harmonize. It's okay. It's still music. It is music. And that's, if all of us were instruments right now and we all started playing, we would not harmonize most likely. But as we move together, as we find people that are like us, who can experience life, who feed us, or we're able to feed them, all of a sudden the music starts getting, more harmony and starts coming together. Because hip hop and opera can come together and sound beautiful if it's the right mix, right? Be okay with being out of tune, being out of step, being the hip hop, being the opera, whatever you are this morning, accept that's who you are, and accept that you're still banging it out. You're still rocking it out, hip hopping it out, right? It's okay. But inside, that's where you need to start with your harmony. Quit hiding from your feelings. It's okay not to act on them today, but quit hiding from them. Accept who they are, what you're feeling, and know that you're grown and you can go out here and play your music. On Wednesday, August the 11th, I want you to go out and play your music today. And don't worry about who you're harmonizing with. You feel your music, accept your music. If you need to talk to somebody about your music, maybe you're tired of rumbling down here, or maybe sometimes you're too way up here and you want to find a middle harmony, right? Find somebody you can talk to about it. We're here at PRN. We're open now, guys. And there's our welcome desk number. Miss Kim Porter will definitely answer. If you want to connect with us, connect or connect with someone today. But give us a call if you want to find out about more about what we're doing, or if you want to talk about anything. So speaking of talking about anything, we have a great extension of our heart is within our warm line. It is a free, confidential, 24/7 way to talk to a peer support specialist who can really talk you through some hard times or some distress. And share their own lived experience. They're not there to judge or really to give you advice. They can offer resources, but what they do is they offer their heart and a non judgmental place that you can be yourself. You can be the music that you are. When you call that warm line, it's confidential. You can be out of step, not harmonize. You can just be whoever you are at that moment. But if you need to talk to someone, give us a call on our warm line. There's the number. Guys, I enjoyed this morning. Please share this message on your social media, um, Facebook, YouTube. Get the word out. There's somebody out there other than us this morning that feels like their music's not beautiful because they're rumbling on them low keys, or maybe they're up in the high keys, or maybe they don't like, they're a hip hop like Miss Courtney, but somebody put them in a orchestra, and they're feeling out of place. You can find your hip hops. You can find your own group in recovery. But this morning, just for today, getting in tune with yourself. Are you choosing to live the life, right? Um, and being okay if you're kind of outside that box and not completely harmonizing with everybody. You choose today to accept who you are and what kind of music is playing inside your soul, inside your recovery. That's the walk you're walking, right? And everything else will start falling in place. But we got to be honest with ourselves. For today, can you consider being honest? Go do what you want to do, even if you have to do it alone. You don't have to please everybody today. Can we do some things for ourselves? Can we really be honest about some things and not get caught up in that game of being a puppet, um, and somebody else being our puppet master? Okay. So go out there and consider that this morning. Make some beautiful music, and we'll see you Friday at 6:30. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Um, Through the Eyes of Others comes on tonight at 6:30 p.m. Aaron and Lisa will be on, bringing some fresh eyes for you to look through tonight. A lot of beautiful offerings. So visit our website, look on Facebook, map out your plan on how you're going to come out and play music with PRN for the rest of the week. So, guys, I love you. Have a great, great Wednesday, and we'll see you, hopefully, to see you tonight through the eyes of others. If not, we'll see you Friday at 6 o'clock. I love you, love you, love you. Go out and have a great day, a beautiful day. Bye.